It was a dark and stormy night when I decided to head over to my friend's house. We had a great time, as usual, playing video games and chatting about random stuff. But as the night wore on, the wind picked up, and the clouds threatened to unleash their fury. It was time for me to leave, so I hopped on my bike, hoping to beat the impending rain. The village streets were eerily empty, and the distant sound of thunder added to the unsettling atmosphere. But being a teenager, I wasn't one to easily get spooked. As I pedaled through the dimly lit roads on my bike, I brushed off the uneasy feeling creeping up on me. It was just another night, after all. I couldn't help but notice that the village, so vibrant during the day, now lay still and lifeless in the darkness. I made a turn, and it was at that moment I saw her. A woman dressed in a flowing white gown standing right in the middle of the road. Her appearance sent a wave of apprehension through me, but I didn't believe in ghosts or anything like that. She was probably just a lost traveler, right? Trying to keep my cool, I decided to give her a wide berth and avoid any unnecessary confrontation. However, as I attempted to steer my bike away, panic took over, and I nearly lost control. Regaining my balance just in time, I stopped a safe distance away from the mysterious woman. She looked at me with an enigmatic gaze, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. Without saying a word, she turned and vanished into the darkness. I couldn't wrap my head around what had just happened, but my logical mind tried to dismiss it as a mere trick of the night. Thinking it was best to stay on my bike and find a quicker route home, I decided to take a different path through the woods. The once familiar woods now felt eerie and unwelcoming. Every rustle of leaves and distant hoot of an owl intensified my unease. I pushed forward, trying to ignore the unsettling feeling that gnawed at me. But just when I thought I had escaped the woman in white, there she was again, a haunting specter among the trees. Her presence was undeniable, and my heart raced with fear. Without hesitation, I turned and pedaled as fast as I could, hoping to outrun whatever malevolent force pursued me. But each time I looked back, she was still there, her ethereal form floating effortlessly through the woods. With sheer determination, I pushed on until I finally burst out of the darkness and back into the village. Gasping for breath, I rode straight to the safety of my home, where I locked all the doors and windows, seeking refuge from the night's horrors. Since that chilling night, I've never been the same. The village, once a place of comfort, now held a dark secret. I couldn't shake the feeling that the woman in white was still out there, waiting for her next encounter with an unsuspecting soul. As time went by, I became wary of the village's shadows, always looking over my shoulder, fearing her reappearance. The once casual nights were now fraught with unease, and I realized that there are things beyond our understanding that lurk in the darkness. And so I share this tale with you, a warning to heed the unexplained and to never dismiss the inexplicable, for in the heart of the small village lies a chilling mystery that can only be understood by those who have encountered the woman in white. In our village, nestled amid lush, enchanting woods, eerie tales of mysterious encounters were whispered among the villagers. One moonlit night, unable to resist the allure of the unknown, I decided to explore the forest myself. As I wandered deeper into the woods, the silence grew oppressive. The moon cast ghostly shadows, adding to the otherworldly atmosphere. My footsteps echoed, creating a haunting symphony that seemed to resonate with the forest itself. Amidst the silence, I began to hear faint whispers carried on the wind. The voices were indistinct, yet their chilling tone sent shivers down my entire being. A strange fear washed over me, and I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The whispers grew louder, surrounding me from all sides. The air felt charged with an otherworldly energy, and I couldn't escape the feeling that I was intruding upon something ancient and sacred. A dense fog rolled in, enveloping me in its suffocating embrace. Disoriented and trembling, I tried to find my way back, but the forest seemed to have changed its paths. Panic took over, and I stumbled through the undergrowth, desperate to escape the haunting echoes. As I ran, I caught sight of faint apparitions dancing among the trees. Ghostly figures moved gracefully, their forms almost transparent. Fear rooted me to the spot as I realized I had stumbled upon something not meant for mortal eyes. The haunting echoes grew louder, their voices penetrating my mind, filling me with a profound sense of dread. I tried to call out for help, but my voice seemed to fade into the ethereal whispers that surrounded me. In a final surge of adrenaline, I pushed forward, breaking free from the grip of the haunted woods. Gasping for breath, I emerged back into the village where the fog dissipated and the whispers faded away. Yet, the memory of that eerie night stayed with me, a haunting reminder that the enchanted whispers of the woods held secrets beyond human comprehension. I couldn't help but wonder if the forest itself was alive with ancient spirits, watching and whispering their enigmatic tales to those who dared to venture into their realm. The woods would forever hold a mysterious allure, forever tempting the curious and the brave, but also forever warning of the chilling enigma that lay within. In the quaint village where I lived, the evenings were usually peaceful, but one foggy night, everything changed. As I was walking back home after spending time with my friends, the thick fog enveloped the streets, making visibility almost non-existent. I wasn't particularly worried. After all, I knew the village like the back of my hand. But as I trudged through the mist, I caught a glimpse of a strange silhouette. It was like an animal shape, lurking just beyond the veil of fog. I tried to shake off the unsettling feeling, but the unease persisted. I quickened my pace, hoping to leave the eerie figure behind. To my surprise, it seemed to mimic my movements, staying just at the edge of my vision. My heart began to race, and a sense of foreboding weighed heavily on my mind. As I walked faster, so did the mysterious creature. It was no longer a mere coincidence, it was as if the shadowy figure was deliberately taunting me. Panic set in, and my mind conjured all sorts of terrifying possibilities. With each step, the fog seemed to thicken, and the shadow grew darker and more sinister. I was desperate to escape this malevolent presence, but no matter how fast I walked, it never seemed to fall behind. Finally, I reached the village center, where the fog was less dense and the streetlights provided some comfort. To my immense relief, the shadowy figure disappeared, leaving me trembling with fear and confusion. Over the following days, I couldn't shake off the lingering dread. Every time the fog rolled in, my heart would skip a beat, fearing another encounter with the mysterious silhouette. Yet, I couldn't resist the allure of the unknown, and a part of me was curious to learn more about this enigmatic figure. That same night, unable to sleep, I ventured back outside to clear my head. As I walked through the village, the fog began to dissipate, leaving behind a chilling stillness. But then, out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of the shadowy figure once more. Frozen in fear, I watched as it emerged from the fog, its form wavering and indistinct. It seemed to be observing me, its presence sending waves of unease through my entire being. I couldn't tear my gaze away, trapped in a haunting moment of mutual recognition. In a heartbeat, the figure retreated back into the fog, leaving me standing there, shaken and bewildered. I couldn't explain what had just happened, but I knew one thing for sure. This encounter was far from ordinary, and the secrets of the foggy night were far from unraveled.